So here we are with Unit 3 Module 2, in which we will talk about rules and conversions of direct to indirect and indirect to direct. So again, rules and conversions, and we all know that direct and indirect speech are the very essential element of grammar, and they allow us to report whatever someone else has said directly or indirectly. Okay, so definition and purpose of direct and indirect speech. So here we will know about the distinction between the two and the purpose. Okay, so it's just talking in many ways. Okay, when you don't want to say directly what the other person has said, you kind of add your own things to it. Okay, that is indirect speech. So it is just for the purpose of communication in other ways, and in direct speech we use quotation marks, in indirect speech we don't use quotation marks. Now we will talk about how tense and pronoun changes in indirect speech. Okay, so first is tense shift. So the tense of the verb, okay, it changes in indirect speech when we are converting from indirect to from direct to indirect. Okay, next is pronoun shift. So as I told you that I becomes to he, she, it, whatever the sentence is demanding. Okay, then even in plural also they becomes we becomes they. Okay, so pronoun shift. Then time adverbials. Okay, so yesterday becomes the previous day, today becomes this day. Okay, tomorrow becomes the next day. So with this tense also shifts, pronoun shift and time shifts when we are converting from direct to indirect speech. Suppose, giving an example, suppose if I say that I will go to the market today. Okay, so how my friend will say to her friend that Ananya said that she would go to the market this day. Okay, now the time changed, pronoun change, and the tense changed. Next is reporting verbs. Okay, so the reporting verbs are usually say, tell, and ask. These are the most popular, and you will see these three only in your exercises and everything. Okay, so first, when we are talking about say, it is used for general statements. Okay, when we are talking about any general statement someone said to someone else, we will say, just like I said right now, we will say. So, say will be used when we are talking of just general statements. Okay, then next is tell, used when specifying the person being told, like the ma'am told me. Okay, suppose if I'm saying generally to the whole class, so it's like listen class, I will not take the lecture today. Okay, so it will be ma'am said that she would not take the lecture this day. Okay, but if I tell one boy, suppose there is one boy Sahil, so I said that Sahil, tell the class that I won't take the tell everyone that I won't take the class today. So Sahil will say to everyone, ma'am told me that she would not take the class this day. Okay, so here's the difference between say and tell. Next is ask. So ask is used for questions. Whenever we are talking about questions, someone asked me something. Okay, my mother asked me how your exam went. Okay, so my mother asked me that how my exam went. Okay, now let's discuss reporting speech with questions and commands. Okay, so first let's talk about questions. Use if or whether to introduce indirect questions. So whenever we are introducing indirect questions, we will use is, if, or whether. Okay, then next point is change the word order of the question to a statement. So if I say, where are you going? Sahil, where are you going? So Sahil will tell his friends that ma'am asked me where was I going. So now the question mark will be removed, because now the way Sahil is telling his friends is not a question. Okay, Sahil is telling a general statement. So the question will change to a statement. Okay. Then next we will talk about commands. How we give commands. Use an infinitive verb to report the command. We will use infinitive verb to report the command. The reporting verb is often tell or ask. Okay. So whenever we are talking about command, the reporting verb will be tell or ask. Next is shifts in adverbs and adverbial phrases. Okay, so first shift will be time adverbs. Now becomes then or at that time. So like this, there is a shift in time adverbial. Okay, so if we are saying I will have an ice cream now. So Ananya ma'am said that she will have an ice cream then or at that time. It will the tense is also changing, right? Because we are talking about past. I said in the past, that's why you are telling your friend in the future. So the tense will change and the time will change from now to then or at that time. Okay. Then place adverb, how place changes. Okay. Here becomes there, because when I am talking to someone, I am at another place. When that person is talking to someone, that person is another place. So then here becomes to there. And next is other adverbs like yesterday and tomorrow. These words also change accordingly. Okay. Now we will be talking about maintaining logical flow between direct and indirect speech. So it is very important to maintain the flow when you are converting from direct to indirect speech, because it can lead to miscommunication. And because if you will not present the direct speech properly and you will put your own words which mean something else, then obviously it will lead to miscommunication. So it is very important to maintain the logical flow. Okay, when I say logical flow, it means the meaning of the sentence should be intact, it shouldn't get changed. Okay, so there is one point written, use connectors like that, because, or so to connect the reported speech with the main clause. Okay, so these words like because, so, that will help you to keep the meaning intact and to make yourself also understand. Now, talking about the importance of proper direct and indirect speech, correctly using direct and indirect speech is vital for clear and effective communication. As I said, things can lead to miscommunication when you're putting your own words and the meaning is completely changed. So, it is better to keep the meaning intact for effective and vital communication. Okay, and accurate reporting conveys that in the intended meaning without any ambiguity. There shouldn't be any confusion. Even the meaning is same, but there can be confusion, so there shouldn't be any confusions. So review all the rules and review all the points and practice as many exercises as you can. Thank you.